Hello, I am Tapani, and welcome to another episode of Solo Talk. This time I want to talk to you about an epic Finnish war film, Tuntematon Sotilas, Unknown Soldier from 2017 by Aku Louhimies.
Mihin tässä sitten ollenkaan lähdetään? Vissi helvetti asti.
It is based on the novel with the same name by Edvin Laine from 1954. More accurately, this 2017 movie is based on the first uncensored version of the novel named Sotaromaani. The straight English translation would be the war novel.
Sotilas vastaa 10 ryssää. Mutta mitäs sitten tehdään, kun tulee se 11?
The story follows a Finnish machine gun company fighting in the Continuation War. Continuation War was a part of the Second World War.
Suomen pojat, tulkaa hakemaan leipää!
Tuu sinä hakemaan leipäs päälle voita!
The main character is Corporal Rokka, a charismatic Winter War veteran who has serious problems with authority and nitpicky officers. Other main characters are Corporal Hietanen, Private Vanhala, Emrik Lieutenant Koskela, and young idealistic Lieutenant Karila. Through these men, the audience experiences how loss, fear, and horrors of war touches the human mind. No one who survives is left unaffected. The movie recreates incredibly well the novel's conflict with the enemy, but also the conflict within the military ranks and with certain officers. The story has some humor too. Gladly, not typical forced Hollywood movie type of humor, but more realistic, everyday kind. The kind that is born from the situations, ideas, and lived life. Overall, the film has very realistic tone. Characters and events are portrayed as we might expect them to be in surroundings like this. As the war proceeds to its inevitable end, the atmosphere and chaos is getting more dense, just the way it was in Karelian Isthmus in 1944. I have to mention that the last few months of Continuation War are realized especially well. Everything we see on the screen reflects what we have been able to read from history books. The lines broke down in the hands of overwhelming enemy, and colonels don't have a real grasp of the chaotic, constantly changing situation. Needless to say, that it led to massive error of judgment and losses. This version of Unknown Soldier is third adaptation of the novel. The budget for this one was 7 million euros, which is a very high sum for the Finnish movie industry, but compared to Hollywood films, this is about a fraction of traditional movie budgets. Louhimies uses the budget effectively and conjures up believable setting. Everything, all the way up to the combat scenes, look terrific. Film doesn't have anything to be ashamed of and can be compared to such war classics like Saving Private Ryan or The Thin Red Line. Screenplay is written by Jari-Olavi Rantala and director Aku Louhimies. First drafts were made 2009, 8 years before premiere. Funding for the movie was secured 2015. Only after that they announced the project for the public. The novel and especially the first adaptation are near and dear to Finnish people's hearts. So it was clear that it would gather huge interest. One of the funders was Finland General Broadcast Yle. That usually means that TV station has rights to show it some years after the theatrical run. Louhimies decided that they will write some extra scenes because of that. The miniseries for TV was born. Finnish film version runs 179 minutes. International version runs 132 minutes. And the 5-part miniseries runs 270 minutes. This concept reminds me about Wolfgang Petersen's 1981 submarine warfare classic Das Boot. That too had several different versions for TV and theater. Unknown Soldier's extra minutes are used for character developments and they expand already masterfully told story. Pacing on all 3 versions is excellent. Although I must say that the best version for me is the longest one. If possible, I recommend to watch all 3 versions of this. they all offer slightly different experience. The shoot was reasonably hard for the production team and to the actors. The movie was mainly shot on Finnish Defence Forces military exercise areas far from the cities. It was decided that to get more realistic living in a wartime feel, actors would live in field conditions in the same way that Finnish military personnel experienced during a field exercises. This really was for the benefit of the movie's quality. What also contributed to a realistic look was the decision to shoot the movie on location using mainly natural light. Also, explosions were decided to be portrayed realistically. That meant no stylized fireball explosions like in John Woo's Windtalkers. Unknown Soldier is an excellent movie about camaraderie in a turmoil of war. It does not glorify actions of its characters in the midst of conflict in a traditional Hollywood way. It has a real depth, beautiful cinematography, and tight script. The movie puts you on the edge of your seat, it makes you laugh, it moves you, and it makes me appreciate my grandfather's generation and their sacrifices for our independence. I would highly recommend this movie to everyone who wants to experience a well-made war drama or is interested in history. But for now, I have to leave you with huge thanks for listening the whole thing, and as always, like, subscribe, and ring that bell!